Hello, welcome to Raising the Bar. I'm Jamie Boudreau. Today we're going to talk about barrel aging cocktails. Now, barrel aging really is as simple as it sounds. All you need to do is make your cocktail, stick it in a barrel, give it some time, take it out, and you're good to go. But we're going to get into a little bit more specifics regarding the barrel aged cocktail. Today we're going to be using barrels from the wonderful Woodinville Whiskey Company, and we're going to be making a cocktail with their Headlong White Dog Whiskey. Now, before you throw your cocktail into a barrel, you have to prime it first. And what that means is you need to put a liquid in the barrel to help expand the wood and make sure that there are no leaks in your barrel. Now, you can use whatever you want. I'm a big fan of water because that's the cheapest when it starts leaking out all over the place. And it will leak out all over the place. So, take your barrel, whichever size you have, open the bunghole, and fill it with water. Make sure you do this in the sink, guys. All the liquids will start leaking out of all the cracks in your barrel. Once you have a barrel that is no longer leaking water, you can empty out all the water and now start to age your cocktail. Today, we're going to do a cocktail that uses, again, the Headlong White Dog Whiskey. And we're going to make a big one. So I'm going to use this big barrel right here, put a funnel in it to make less of a mess. And this one has already been primed. And we are going to use 2 parts of the Headlong White Dog. And in this case, parts are going to be bottles. One part Punta Mess. And a half part maraschino liqueur. Now, some of you may recognize this as a twisted version of a wonderful cocktail called a Redhook. And it is indeed a twisted version of that same cocktail. And we're going to call this one a Whitehook, since we're starting off with white whiskey and not finished at whiskey. And so what we're going to do, after we get all the spirit in there, and I'm going to actually fill up this barrel. I'm not just putting 2 bottles in this huge barrel. After we're done here, I'm going to fill up this barrel. And we're going to let this sit for a period of time until the cocktail becomes integrated. Now, many of you may ask, how long is that period of time? And there really is no set period of time. Spirits are going to act differently within the barrel. The size of the barrel, how many times you use the barrel, all these things are a factor. So the best thing to do is just taste, taste, taste. Let it sit for a couple weeks. Pull out a little sample and taste it, and you'll know, does it taste the same? Or is it pulling out wood flavors? Is it getting too woody? You just have to taste, and you'll know when it happens. But I do suggest this. When you think it's ready, pull it out, but don't pull it all out. Leave a little bit in there, let it age a little bit further, just so you can see what would have happened to the cocktail if you would have left it in. Now, after you pull out your cocktail from your barrel, you're not quite done yet. The first thing you want to do is you're going to want to filter it. And through a cheesecloth is usually the best way. You're going to get little bits of char from the inside of the barrel. Remember, the inside of these bourbon barrels are charred, so you can get little bits of wood and little bits of char. You want that separated from your cocktail. Then the last thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to store it in either your old bottles or in other glass jars. And you want to let it sit and rest for at least a week, up to a month. And this is going to help integrate your flavors a lot more. So I have taken the liberty of aging this one for almost 3 months now. And we were left with this wonderful, beautiful spirit right here. And we just tasted this today. And it's so good that I don't want to actually make a cocktail with it. I'm actually going to serve this as is, so you can sip straight. And there you have it, aged cocktails.